YouTube up as well. Wonderful, wonderful, and wonderful. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're ready for a great Thursday. It is Thursday, July 17th, man. We just had some economic news come out. I believe, what did we have? We had today's Thursday. Today we had retail sales at 8:30, and those came in. Forecasted was 0.1%. Prior was negative 0.9%. Actual is 0.6%. So actual was 6x the amount of the forecast. So that's pretty interesting right there. Retail sale, blah, 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 blah. Okay, interesting. It didn't really give the market that big of a spike. So well, let's do our analysis. Let's find where we should look for a trade. So this old all-time high level, first thing I note is my key levels, and I see that this key level worked out very well over the past weeks now. Look at this, even over here is the perfect double top right there, and this is July 8th, Tuesday, long time ago, a couple weeks ago. So let's take a look. We'll start out on our daily, mark out our previous day high and previous day low, and we'll also mark out our open price as well. Good morning, everybody. What's going on? You going up automatic? Yeah, right. All right, let's see our open price right here. That's our open of our daily candle today. So if we're above that, we're bullish. Below that, we're bearish. 4 hour. So right now, guys, 3 hour, we had the supply zone right over here. So right now, if we find support, I'm going to be looking for us to move higher today. I'm bullish on today's sentiment right now. As of now, I'm bullish, but I know that markets can change, and I know that I might end up with a different bias in 5 minutes since market open, 10 minutes since market open. So we got to be prepared for everything. 1 hour, nothing really on the 1 hour here. 90 minute, 30 minute. Ooh, 45 looks pretty solid right here for an order block. 30, 15. Not really seeing too much. Yo, good morning, Kev. What's going on, guys? What's going on, everybody? Kyle, Harvey, Desi, Ozzy, Mr. Potato, Ryan, Fred, what's going on, guys? Federico. What's up, what's up? All right, let's see. So ES, I really want to find like a good zone to enter on. The only zone I really see is this 30-minute supply zone right here. Tried to hold as resistance yesterday, failed, it pushed lower, so it did hold as resistance once, twice, 3 times, then we broke it. So this is where I would like to find some support down here. I'm going to keep this up for now. We're probably going to lighten it a little bit so it's not as prominent, but I'm looking for us to come back towards, this is also our open price, so if we could come back towards our open price, find some support near 6,300, that would be ideal in my opinion. I'm looking for 6,300 for some long positions. Right now we are just continuing to rally. What we can also do, we could look to see if we have any other supply zones over here, because even though I'm looking for a supply zone over there, what I'm really looking for is a new long entry zone, because I could look for that zone to get broken and then flip. So nothing on the 15 minute, nothing on the 30 minute, 45, whole lot of nothing right now. I do see we had this key level, this 63.15. This was a major key level. So that's how I'm going to be trading ES going for today, guys. I'm going to look for the zone over here, 6,300. I'm going to look for 63.15. I'm going to look for 63.33. Pretty tight range on ES. So I'd essentially like to see if we could buy these lows near 6,300 and make our way to 63.33. However, if we do break 63.15, I'll look for a retest and a push higher. Look at 63.15 is pretty heavy on the sell side, right? So we have passive sellers, passive sellers, passive sellers. We have a lot of targets to the upside right now. There we go. There's that 63.30. That's the price level to the upside I want to target. So at the moment, we don't really have any. We have one price level, a few price levels, nothing absurd to the downside except 62.50. 62.50. That's way down here. That's way down here. I don't think we're dropping that low. We'll take a look. We'll let markets sort of come to us. We had a 30-minute demand from yesterday around 62.80. 62.80. We have 85 right here. Passive buyer. Other than that, really don't have much. 75 and 85. But let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's check out NASDAQ, see what's going on in NQ, in NAS world. Start on our daily time frame, break that down. It's our daily, previous day low, previous day high. We're going to be looking for some trade setups that we could take. Open price, and I see that the past few trading days have been green, but they have been pretty range bound. Last time price was up in these highs. Look at this, guys. We find sellers every time we move into the zone up here. I'm going to make this like a big pinkish zone for now, because what we'll do is we'll break it down to a lower time frame and see if we have a supply zone in that area as well. 4 hour. So look how great this 4 hour demand worked yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before. Let's delete this zone, is no longer relevant. Open price is updated, bookmap level is there, previous day high is right with that bookmap level. Pretty interesting. Delete this. Now I do have a 4 hour supply zone right here. We're gonna mark this out as supply. These are 4 hour. So with NASDAQ now I have some resistance above us. So this might also help, because when I have resistance, I won't be able to take a long position until markets show me we can break it and retest it and hold it as demand. 1 hour. Take a look at NASDAQ on bookmap here, see if it's given us anything. 23,150, pretty strong, so we're going to mark that off with our bookmap level. And it's right near that high that we created, so 150. And we'll double click that, we'll make it our bookmap level. Purple. Middle, great. So there's our bookmap level there. I'll keep this one here too. For, nah, we'll delete this bookmap level. This one here from NASDAQ. We wicked it yesterday, look at that. So this, that bookmap level, remember yesterday in the morning, guys, we had this zone right here. I'm going to mark it back out again because it was a great area of support and resistance. But we had this zone right here, and New York session opened, and I was looking for 23,100 for a rejection. Instead, we rejected 23,089, so we rejected in the zone still, but not at my level. Sold off like 200 points on NAS. Look at that, 200 points to demand. And then we rallied 200 points from demand. Look at that rally, 200 points from demand, up to that supply zone, up to that key level. So right now, that key level, when New York session opens, I will be looking for some support. Essentially, I suppose instead of this one right here, I'd probably want to look more for the one down over here. So like right in this area. We'll mark this out right in here. This is the zone I'm looking for on NASDAQ for some longs. For support. But remember, guys, we have resistance above us, we have support below us. So gotta be careful, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Buyers and sellers are at a disagreement. We do have targets to the upside though. 23,150, 23,200, 23,225. But remember, they could pull these. These have been here for a little while though, so that's a good sign. 23,200, is that above the supply zone? It's right at the top of the supply zone. Pretty key level there. So again, looking for a dip, buy the dip and go long. Let's take a look at gold, see if gold has given us anything right now. Gold rallied yesterday, right? When Trump announced that there's a good chance he won't be firing Powell. When did he say that? Was the dip when he said that, or was the rip when he said that? I believe it was the dip when he said that. Look at that, right into the supply zone. Sold off. Let's delete this broken demand zone. It's no longer relevant. I want to see. Deleting this. Wow, we really sold off. Let's check out that daily time frame for a moment. Look at that daily time frame on gold right there, guys. Real tough read right there. Where it looked like yesterday we were finally trying to find some buying pressure. Today, overnight at least, we just batted it down and sold off. Go look for some demand zones, because right now a lot of people are going to be trying to short it down here. I don't really have any demand, so the one down at 32.99, so 3,300. Okay, so depending on how market structure is with gold, I might look to see, and here we go, a little bit of a supply zone, nothing major right here, area of interest if anything. I'd like to see if gold could maybe, let's see gold on Bookmap, boo boo boo. Wow, 60, what's it, 60, oh, 33.25, 33.25. Major Bookmap level right there. We're gonna mark that out for a second. Make it purple. I'd like to see gold pull back to this major Bookmap level. Right over here, right near previous day low. Right over here, we see that there was an imbalance in volume there as well, and that's usually the imbalance we like to try to trade. So that looks pretty good. This is the hourly. Let's look at the 5-minute. Look at that, guys. That's where the fair value gap is. We have an FVG right there. So with that being said, again, looking for gold to pull back. Gonna look for a short position on gold over here. Stop loss and target will be new low of day, or maybe even the bottom of this demand zone, because that would even still be a good 4-to-1 risk to reward. Good morning, everybody. What's going on, guys? Good morning, good morning. Hitting a pretty big bid here on gold. I would expect some type of reaction here, unless sellers are strong enough to melt us through. Take a look at oil. The reason I do take a look at oil is because it was one of my favorites to trade at some point. At this point, it's just such a struggle bus. Let's see, open price, we have a key level here, we have a previous day high was already taken out, so odds are more in our favor for longs. Definitely looks like it's trying to build some structure here on the 4-hour time frame. We need this 4-hour to close above the daily, which is possible. So guys, let's try to remember to look at the 4-hour time frame on crude oil when that 10 o'clock hits. I'd like to also see, do we have any resistance up here? 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. No, I'm looking for support or resistance. Support or resistance. Not really seeing much support or resistance at these points. This is oil. Yep, probably just going to be staying out of oil again, man. This is interesting, dude. All right, here we go. We have a little bit of a 45-minute demand zone right here on oil. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. What's going on? It is 8:53. Markets open in about 35 minutes. D45. I like this spot. Look at this with support, 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 support again. Even though we broke it over here, we still came back above it and then held it as support again. We can take a look at oil on Bookmap. See if we do have any passive buyers. If anything, look at this. Oil on Bookmap tells me we have no support under us. And it might just dive. No support. And we got a target at 65.33. 65.33. That's all the way down below previous day low. So oil and gold, guys, I would be okay with shorting these today. Depending on market structure, depending on momentum, depending on a lot of things, I will be okay with taking some shorts on oil and gold, but they are looking to line up pretty good to the downside, especially gold right now. We can take a look at our market AI too to get an idea of market sentiment in terms of buying and selling. Let's see. Yes. So right now it's back to cautious optimism. Yesterday we were near neutral outlook. Now we're back to cautious optimism. Today market tone reflects cautious optimism as U.S. stocks inch higher despite geopolitical tensions and mixed earnings reports. And guys, don't forget, earnings season just picked up. Very exciting. Investors are selectively taking on risk, favoring sectors like banks and industrial. So banks start off the earnings season. Selective risk-taking returns, dip buying in quality growth names like Nvidia, things like that. Positive earnings would help. That would help for the risk on. Some live headlines, anything of value? Not right now. Calendar, we'll see. This is pretty cool. This is our sectors. Investors are rotating heavy into small cap and financial sectors ETFs, signaling a search for growth and value opportunities and cautious sentiment. Meanwhile, energy ETFs face significant outflows, reflecting sector weakness and profit taking. Remember, guys, just because we're starting to pull back doesn't mean people are selling. It could be profit taking. We had a very strong run up on things like equities and large cap stocks. While broad U.S. and international equity ETFs show moderate inflows, indicating selective risk appetite and defensive tilt towards stability. So check it out, right? The only one that's bearish right now, XLE. And isn't that energy? No, energy is, yeah, the XLE was energy. Right, yo, Marziti, isn't XLE energy?
XLE is energy. Sorry, my mic was turned off.
No, that's okay. I'm trying to see. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'm looking at the headlines here on Market AI, and they're like right over here. Oh, it won't pop up. Am I too zoomed in, too zoomed out? They're thrown off a little bit. Like, you see how they're not lined up? I'm gonna send that to him. Right? Is it just me? Or does that not matter?
I'm sorry, I'm distracted. What's up?
That's okay. Look at my screen right here shows for Market AI. And for the capital flows, so it shows the sector rotations, like buying versus selling in the sectors. The sectors aren't lined up right next to. Oh, it does. Okay. Okay. Nope, it's fine. Because it says what sector it is, IWM, then it shows IWM next to it. So I guess it doesn't need to be directly next to it. Not important. Not significant. Who cares, Kevin? There we go. Gold finding that buying after finding that bid before. See what Signet had to say about Trend Spider. Just recently started looking into Trend Spider. Looks pretty cool of a platform. You could connect brokers to it like Tradeovate and stuff. Had their service for years and they continue to improve and upgrade it. I personally use the candle identification features and the bots that host Discord when triggering alerts. Oh, that's cool. I also like to use it for angered VWAP. That's cool.
Angered VWAP. Angered. Oh, it's pissed
Angered,
off.
angered VWAP. That's really funny. That's really funny. Angered VWAP. Guys, I'm taking an aggressive long position off of the angered VWAP. It's gonna angrily hit my stop loss. Okie dokie. Let's see. Let's do a write up on our watch list right now. Look at how gold's flying right here. Um. Bum bum bum. Gold. Bum bum bum. U.S. dollar's strong. Let's see. Pretty clean, man. We're gonna do right up here on gold based off of the market AI sentiment and based off of our technical analysis, right? So let's see. So what do we usually do? We say, okay, well, we're doing gold, which is GC, which is GLD, which is XAU USD. Trade gold anywhere on anything. Gold has seen a lot of struggle over the past few weeks, especially with the certainty of tariffs, then the uncertainty of tariffs, gold is usually a safe haven for economic uncertainty. However, lately, equities, SPY, QQQ have been making all-time highs. All right, so guys, if we're recognizing that SPY, QQQ, they're making all-time highs, gold's most likely going to struggle. They both very rarely will move in confluence, especially towards those all-time highs, but it does depend, right? It does happen. They don't go inverse of each other at all. But yeah. Let's see. Let's see. SPY, QQQ, all-time highs. And what was this saying about gold? This was saying gold futures declined around 0.5 to 0.7%, retreating from recent highs of 3,500. Yeah, way off of 3,500. US dollar strengthened following clarified Jerome Powell's position. So dollar is strong. The dollar is currently strong, which will have a bearish effect on gold. Have an inverse effect on gold. What else we got? US inflation data. US inflation data was pretty flat, showing, let's see, easing inflation pressure. Setups. Really just one setup I'm looking for today. I'm going to be looking for shorts off of this fair value gap up there. Short off of 33.25. We have a volume imbalance, as well as a large passive seller at that level. If we can break above it with good volume, I will look for a retest to go long. So right, you just gotta have a few different setups, few different things we're looking for. Let's see. Gold rejecting. Oh, we might not get that 33.25. It did this yesterday too, where it created a new block of sellers and then it started selling off before hitting any of those price levels. We'll take a look on gold. Clearly, we'd only be looking for shorts, but we don't want to just short wherever. Let's see. Yeah, so gold we'll wait on. ES and NQ we'll take a look and see where those are currently trading at. Nice. Okay, NQ is actually at that 23,150 level on Bookmap. Now, usually because it's pre-market, I would want to see that rejection very quickly, but we actually had some good volume taken out that level. So I'd really be patient here. My thing, guys, right now is to wait for that New York session to open for ES and NQ to give us some volatility and a real swing. And from there, we'll get an idea of if we have an entry or not. We go oil, continuing lower. Could look for 67 as a retrace, previous day high. Probably not going to get it. Guys, whenever we're looking at our book map levels, we want to look at our technicals as well. And when I say technicals, I'm really talking about like our price action and whatnot. So like right now, it looks like we're selling off. I don't think we're going to pull back all the way to 67. We have a fair value gap right here. But other than that, I don't know. I don't think so. Doesn't look probable right now. Looks more like we're just going to sell off. We have active sellers. Looks like we're just going lower. Right now, we are at a level of support. Last time we were here, it did work as support too. So I would just be patient right here. Really waiting on gold to give us that pullback. Gold on the 30-minute also looks good to continue. We have our basing candle. We have our sell-off. I look for continuation here. So if we could pull back and get our short entry, that'd be a really nice short entry on gold. Like we could be holding a nice trade there on gold today. So possible setups, gold, ES and NQ, but right now really watching gold. Gold! Entry around 33.25, stop loss around 33, we'll say 26.5. 26.2 is where I currently have it. I wouldn't go long down here because I do feel like the buyers might have a tougher time pulling us higher. Anger VWAP, yeah. Yo, Mr. Content Trader, if you want, leave the chat in the main chat, because sometimes I miss the live stream chat channel.
I personally am going to wait a little bit. We had a pretty strong reaction at 8:30, and I think we're doing the washout from that trade, the settling in, the whatever you want to call. So I think, my opinion, we should probably give it a little more time to settle down and get back to business as usual.
Yeah. On gold?
It looks like pretty much everything had a reaction. Even crude had a reaction. So, although actually, we'll see. Crude ran at 8 o'clock. Let's see. Let me get my regular charts up.
Yeah, right now I'm checking out gold on the daily time frame, previous day low broken. In general, when that happens, we have a 72% chance of closing red. If we go by weekday, today's Thursday, we have a 79% chance of closing red. We could also look at our performance by weekday and see how strong we are to the downside on Thursdays, hoping that it is pretty strong. Okay, gold is not the strongest to the downside. Wednesdays, it's really strong to the downside. Other than that, it's really not that big of a difference. I don't know why 0.81, oh yeah, like 0.4, but they made it like it's 10x the move. It's really not 10x the move. It's not even 2x the move. So I don't know why they would make that such a drastic difference. But it's within range of all the other red days. 0.81% average, 0.82% average, 0.79%, 0.83%. Where's our open price right now? And let's check what percent we are. We're already past our average. So our average would bring us up to about in this blue zone. So we'll see. I'm better off. I'm more okay with that previous day's range and us closing red. Go by weekday here. Take another just quick screen grab of that and take a look and say, okay, well, if we're looking to close red today, well, then I'm going to be looking for a short position under our open price. Let me make sure that is the correct open price. It is. Look how far we are from that open price. So technically speaking, guys, open price is all the way up here. Gold could reverse and go bullish, close somewhere over here, and still technically be red on the day. So I want to be careful with the short position, but I also don't want to, I don't know, we'll see. We'll play it right, we'll watch Bookmap, we'll keep an eye. Okay, let's see. Guys, give me half a second, I'm just posting something out to social media. Waiting on gold, waiting on yes, waiting on the world to change. Gold, GC, XAU USD. Gold has broken previous day's low overnight, which means it has a 79% chance of closing red. Good morning, guys. Chance of closing red. but we have to note that our open price is at 33.54. 33.54 is our open. We're currently trading at 33.20. And we are currently trading around 33.20. So we can go bullish for a little bit here and still remain under our open price. However, I'm going to be looking. Now, guys, something else too with gold is because it had that bullish reaction today. I know that there's uncertainty in the economy, depending on how ES and NQ want to sort of trade and open. Maybe gold does go bullish, and we do look for a reversal back to that 33.50 and opening price. However, I'm going to be looking for a short position on the retrace to 33.25. If we break it with strength, I may look for a long, targeting open price. Gold to USD day trading. Alrighty, guys, we got some nice write-ups, everybody. What's up, Globetrotter? Good morning, everybody. YouTube, Discord, what's up, what's up? I know usually I don't do YouTube on Thursdays, but I figured what the hell. What the hell-y? Alright, so let's see, let me just get some tags in there. Trade with Kev. Edgeful. Great. Okay, we're cooking, guys. We are cooking good lookins. ES IQ level 6315 right now. 6315. Oh man, gold, NASDAQ rejecting that level too. This is, guys, this is sort of where I was considering some shorts up here on ES and NQ. But it being pre-market, I'm not going to do that. Very easily manipulated price action. I'd rather not be caught in some type of trade pre-market. It's not in my rulebook, not in my plans, so I'm not taking it. And guys, this is also why I said I wouldn't take gold longs, even though I feel like we're trying to move higher. Because every time buyers step in, sellers make us choppy. So I'm going to wait till we can get a reaction to my pivot and my key level up here. Trump's tariffs cloud G20 finance chiefs meeting in South Africa. Okay, nothing too major there. Hmm. Alright, let's see. Oh, guys, there's a good chance. Good chance. Small chance, good chance. Guys, there's a chance. The smallest chance, the biggest chance. There's a chance that my new show on Benzinga starts today. So we'll see. I gotta see. They have... my show's supposed to be Thursdays at 11. It's gonna be a midday recap. It's not Apex sponsored or anything. It's strictly Benzinga and Kevin. So, pretty cool stuff there. I'm excited to get that started. But today they do happen to have a webinar at 11, so mine might be pushed to 12. With that being said, I might just tell them to start it next week, but it'd still be pretty cool to sort of get the ball rolling, just as a trial run. But yeah, so it's hopefully 12 o'clock, another show. I'll send you guys the link and we'll see. I should shoot him a message now. All right, let's see, guys. I'm waiting for 33.25 on gold. Looking for some shorts in that low volume shelf. Guys, I'll be right back. Scribble water. Stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen. We can't think, and make sure you're not hungry. Can't think on an empty stomach. Can't trade on an empty stomach. Is it raining again? Alrighty, guys, it is 9:16. Markets open in. Oh, gold's getting there. I'll let you guys know if I take this trade on gold. I'm looking for a 5-1 on this. We need to push into that 33.25 to 33.27 low volume shelf. Oh man. Oh man, goddamn. Seasonality, NAS, and S&P are weak the last 2 weeks of July. Really? Because seasonality-wise, also, July is one of the stronger months. The past 10 years, July has closed green 10 out of 10 times. Yo, we're getting so close to that bookmap level, man. My slightest issue is the CVD has been pushing green, so this volume has been backed by some actual volume. This push here has had some volume to it. 30-minute time frame, though, wouldn't really be looking for continuation. Closed in 12 minutes. Yeah, I'm probably going to look to take this trade if it gives it to us. It might not give it to us. It might fail here. We'll see. Inflation remains above 2% target. Labor market stable and resilient. That says Kugler. He also says a restrictive policy stance is important right now to keep inflation expectations anchored. Okay, let's see how gold wants to trade here, because if it doesn't break through that level, I'll perhaps look to take a trade. Let's see. Where it's like, if we start rejecting, and obviously we don't get that entry, I'll take it while we're pushing back lower. Stop loss sort of near the high we just created. Other than that, I'm really waiting for this zone and this price level. Yo, Lil AR, man, send me a message or a tweet or whatever showing me where you see that seasonality on July in the last 2 weeks. Would love to see that. I gotta start being more active on Twitter. Guys, anybody here active on Twitter? Because I need a little help with how to be active on Twitter, where to post. Somebody told me that the best way to sort of gain followers and traction on Twitter is to comment on whatever you see, and people will see those comments. I used to think you just have to tweet a lot and eventually it'll pick up. We have 10 minutes for market to open. Gold's pushing into, there's 33.24. Come on, give me 33.25. Look at the selling delta up here, by the way, too. Dude, it's so close. I don't need it. I need it. Bro. Wow. It's holding this level right here. And that sort of makes me want to take these shorts before the level, stop loss above the level. Something like this. Because again, I'm looking for that 30-minute to continue lower, but I really don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to, that's not really in my playbook right now. I'll be patient. I'll look to see if this candle right here could spike higher and then create an upper wick. Once that wick starts creating, I'll take my short entry off of this book map level and then take that short. So we'll keep an eye on gold. Guys, we're going to stay on gold for now. Damn, man. ES and NQ, they did end up rejecting that book map level and the 63.15, guys. That was huge. That could have been a fantastic trade. Can't trade off a coulda, woulda, shoulda, guys. We are here to trade the markets. We are not here to coulda, woulda, shoulda this. So we are going to be patient. We're going to wait. We're going to wait for our setups. Right now, we're waiting on gold. Looks like it's trying to squeeze through 33.25 right now. Remember, guys, some traders who trade gold or XAU, USD, whatever the case may be, don't have bookmap. So they're seeing this buying pressure and going, oh man, we're going to go higher from here. So that's why I'm waiting to see if we can fill a very big seller at this passive seller right here. And then maybe even find aggressive selling afterwards. All right, so we just wicked that price level and we're failing it. I'm going to tell you guys what. Dude, part of me is like, take it here off of this blue zone. Stop loss is still going to be the same. I just really wanted to see it hit that 33.25 first. I am getting ready to take this short, though, on gold. My biggest dilemma in that being the 30-minute closes. Oh, 8 minutes. I thought it closed in 3 minutes. All right, there's the break. There's a volume. There's CVD spiked higher. The question is, do we start to fail this here? And if we do, where can we try to enter? Okay, I'm going to take it here on gold. Just filled me short. Stop loss is going to be 33.26. Entry 33.24.2. Stop loss 33.26. Looking for us to reject lower here for the next 8 minutes. We just filled that big seller. Stop loss is at the next area of sellers. And looking for us to move lower on gold here. Off of this big area.
So gold is at support 1 pivot point right now. Intraday volume down at 33.20. So there's a possible 4 or 5 point move here.
To the upside or downside?
Downside to 33.20, maybe lower.
Gotcha. There we go. Get a nice little rejection there, guys. I am in a short on gold. Short on gold. Just being patient now. Stop loss is right over here near 33.26. So if buyers step in and bring us higher again, then I'm out. But I'm really looking for that 33.25 to hold as resistance. Would like to see the CVD start to spike lower again. 15-minute. Would like that to reject. We don't have a lower wick on this current 15-minute candle. ES and NQ, man, those were coulda, woulda, shoulda trades right there, if I do say so myself.
Gold has a small fair value gap down there around 33.20 as well.
Yeah. Building some areas of support just presented themselves a little bit on gold right there. A little cautious on this trade, but have my stop loss, have my take profit. That's all we could do. I'd like to see the point of control here start to move lower on gold. That would help me on this short trade. So like this 238, there we go. There we go. Come on, give us some continuation. Give us some volume on this. Nice. Remember, I was looking for sellers to step in for the next 8 minutes. I said that 2 minutes ago. Here we go. Great, guys. Great. Look at that. Great entry so far. Fantastic. I'm just in one contract right now because I only wanted to risk about 200 on this trade. Risking 200 to make 1,000 if it goes to take profit new low a day. Dude, the selling pressure for the last 15 seconds of this candle is huge. We need it to close somewhere bearish, though.
We've got a little small chop zone, the top of it being around 33.20, where that volume node is.
I don't like point of control. There we go. Come on, gold. Let's melt now. I was looking at that 30 minute to close red. How crazy would that be, guys, if we just keep selling off from here? Wild entry so far.
Dang, I should have taken two contracts. I just took profit there. $300, not bad.
I know, me too.
Um,
Well, that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at, okay, there we go, 390. I'm like, all right, do I just take it here? There's 420. But listen, risking 200 to make 1,000, I'll take it. Let's see if we can at least get to maybe 500. Right now I'm at 420 in profit, just one contract gold. There we go, 470, beautiful. Beautiful. New York session opens in 5 minutes. Want to see the selling pressure continue? We just sort of skydived right there. I don't like that CVD hasn't found any selling pressure. So with that being said, I'm most likely going to close out of this trade because we do have some nice profits on that. We could see if we could lock in 500 on this gold trade. Ooh, getting close. Move this lower for a second. Where's our point of control right now? Volume was trying to move us lower. I'm going to move my take profit for a moment, see if we could find some selling pressure for another leg. A little concerned that we want to find support here in this demand area, but I'd like to see if we could get one more leg first for me to get out of this short trade. But I also don't want to let it run all the way back up to my entry point. So we're going to protect it a little bit. We're going to play smart. We're just going to wait right here. CVD did start to curve higher here. So we can see if we're going to trap those people underwater. It's definitely struggling.
Jay, the deal with the scanners lighting up, more than likely, I'm guessing, is going to be stocks that were aligned, that moved with the S&P at the jobless report.
Yeah.
You have to understand the jobless report, the initial jobless claims report is especially sensitive this week because of the Trump Powell feud. And employment is a big thing that the Fed, the FOMC
Oh.
group, has to monitor and adjust for. So, given Trump's and Powell's feud, Powell has to really pay attention to initial jobless claims, stuff like that. It really emphasizes that initial jobless report today.
All right, I'm moving my stop loss down a bit because I either want to see this momentum continue us lower or it'll stop me out for a little one-to-one. I'll take 200, sure, but I wanted it to see a bigger move to a new low a day. But just because I want that doesn't mean the market's going to give it to me. We have a minute 50 left. What I was really looking for was the 30 minute to continue lower. And that still has a minute 40 left. So that's why I'm trailing my stop and not just getting out right now because we could sell off really hard for this last minute and a half. We could also reverse. Looks like we're trying to reverse. Where's my stop loss? 22.3. Probably going to come to that. Let's see. Close. Yeah, it's getting there. Oh man, did you guys see how close that was? A wick away? Let's see though. Buyers could just take it right back now. Yep, they're trying. Yep, there it is. All right, out of gold shorts, locking in about, I think that was like 180 of profit. Definitely unfortunate. It was in way more green. It was in about like 470 at some point. But right now, I'm not liking the buying on this demand zone. Take a look at ES and NQ, see what they're doing.
Market's open in less than a minute.
Yep, market's open in less than a minute. We could wait. NQ finding some selling pressure. CES Gold. What's your name on Twitter? Trade with Kev. Trade with Kev. Alright, equities, guys, are selling off. Microsoft was near its previous day high. Apple, middle of nowhere. Tesla was above it. Nvidia is above its previous day high as well. Thinking longs right at the gate on NQ, but I'm not going to do that.
Unless you are an experienced trader like Kevin, do not trade the first 5 minutes of the market open. It is
Yeah, no,
very
definitely
choppy,
don't.
very volatile.
Yep.
You really need, like I say, Kevin's experienced. He knows how to do it. He can teach you and stuff like that. But if you don't understand it, don't do it.
Yeah. Dude, I'm glad I trailed my stop on gold there. Wish I took profit for a scalp for a 2-to-1, but I was really looking to see if we could get that 5-to-1 in there. There we go, ES holding that support, so is NQ. I like ES finding support here. VIX trying to move higher though, but it is in a range. There we go. What I say, longs right at open, right? Let's see. Be patient. Find a setup. Be patient. Let yourself create the long position tool. Let yourself take some time. Where are we trading at right now? I wanted to see NASDAQ more near. Let's see. We don't really have any levels on NASDAQ. 22,987. Oh, dude, I have a key level right there at 86. All right, we'll see. Any levels to the upside? We do have levels to the upside, though, too. Take a look at our weighted index. Trying to hold bullish. 15-minute was closing bearish, though, so we could just wait a minute or wait a few. Again, some people trade the opening range breakout strategy, the orb, and to do that, you have to wait for the 15-minute to close. Means they're not trading for the first whole 15 minutes. I do want to see, though, how we react towards that 86 level. I would consider taking that, because it's a key level. Do we have any liquidity sweeps down here? We do a little bit over here. Nas came close to it. Did dip into it for a second. Okay, so I may have missed that entry right there. 2390. That was 90. No. Let's see. Dipping again. Probably not going to take any trades here, guys. Microsoft's popping like it's hot right now. Apple's dropping. Nvidia's dropping. Tesla's dropping. Meta's dropping. Everything's dropping except Amazon and Microsoft. Microsoft is skyrocketing right now. Like they cured something. Alright, here's Nas filling that area. Here's that key level point. I'm not taking it. I don't know, man. I liked it if we could hold off at like this 86. We're starting to dance here. But we could just, yeah, see how we're keep trying to drop. Equities are way weaker right now. Meta new low a day. Nvidia just found a little bit of a push up. But let's just wait here. Look at that weighted index is very weak. VIX was trying to move higher before. A lot of selling. Just gotta be patient. Gotta be patient, my guys. We already took that one trade on gold. Pretty nice. Maybe I shouldn't have trailed my stop, right? Then I would still be in it, and it's going deeper in profit now. It's okay, it happens. Shit happens. There we go. Nas trying to find some support here. Nope, look at that. Seller said, what support? What support? Nice. All right, let's see how we sweep these lows on NASDAQ over here. ES holding some support. Low volume shelf here on ES, actually. This might be something. But that would be if buyers could flip us back around. We need NAS to start rejecting off of this low. Like rejecting to the upside. If it doesn't, probably just gonna melt again. And oh, Nvidia is selling off like it's hot. We're gonna feel that. That and Apple. No longs right now. Let's wait a second. 30 seconds. Aggressive buyer just stepped in on NASDAQ there, but keep failing to bring us anywhere. No trades right now on NASDAQ. Yo, I feel like I gotta get back in these golds, man. Nah. There's some buying. Nice, that was quick. I'd like to see an NQ longs hold here. Stop loss is 70, entry is 80, 10-point stop loss. Nice. Nice, right off that key level. I might scalp this because sellers have had nice strength this morning and I don't want to go against them. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. You never want to bet against the sellers. They'll destroy you. CVD is trying to curve higher, but equities are still weak. Oh, there we go. Yeah, if we could find some buying pressure, nice. Okay. Gonna give us another little run here or what? I don't like that we're dancing, manually getting out, locking in another 200 on that trade. So a little one for ones, 2 1-for-1s today. It's not bad. Up 2R on the day, right, guys? You shouldn't be measuring how much you're making a day. You should be measuring what your risk is and what your reward is per trades, your daily goals, that stuff. But start with daily risk and everything like that. Look, I'm glad I got out. I'm just looking into some resistance. Wanted to call it a scalp. Got it for a scalp. And it could still hold. We did wick off that low, but I'm okay. My entry was 80, stop loss was 70. Look at that, we reversed. Glad I got it for a scalp. I said don't bet against the shorts. And they said this is why. ES has a low volume shelf right here in the 604 area. This could possibly be a long with ES holding this range. NQ weak, weighted index weak. Ooh, there we go. Trying to hold there, nice. Just waiting, I'm waiting for the next setup. Ooh, I think gold is melt. Oh, no, gold popped, guys. Look at that. Wow. We could see if sellers step back in on gold here. If we just swept those highs to reverse back lower again. 15 minute. Close in 7 minutes. Oh, yeah, let's see. I'll take this on gold here. Same entry as last time. Stop loss. Gonna be the high we just made. And just looking for another little move on gold to the downside. If it stops me out, that is okay. There we go. Nice rejection. Let's see. First take profit. If we're looking for a 2-to-1 on the first take profit, would be just right at demand. But this might have been the sweep we needed to finally go hit new low a day. Possibly. There we go. Nice. Come on, gold. Follow that. Sell off. Trap those buyers. Huge. Might take it here for another little 1-to-1. Close to a 1-to-1. Not at it just yet. Oh, I guess we would be. My risk was lighter on this. Minute 20 left. Ooh, okay. I was going to say, I don't like how we're struggling here to move lower, but there we go. It's just saying don't bet against the sellers, so let's see. Nice. Can we get to 33.20? 102 left on this 5 minute. I'm getting out here. I'm getting out there. I don't like that sellers keep dipping, but then buyers keep trying to pull it back. Another scalp there, guys. Great job. 540 for the day. Again, if I'm risking 200 per trade, that would mean I'm up. It's like 2.5 R. Not even, like 2 R. So it's a little scalp. Oh, there it goes, gold. It could, listen again, this could have been a time where I got my entry and I got out a little too soon. I do think that is the case here. Gold looks fantastic right now. I just, at this point, I can't sell down here because my stop loss would be extremely skewed. ES and NQ haven't really given us much. NAS started to chop here. Look, see, gold is consolidating. I'm not the biggest fan of that price action right there. NAS dipping. Dip I dip, you dip, NAS. This feels like it's ready to hold here, though, on NASDAQ. Weighted index trying to hold too. We're off of that pre-market low. We wicked it twice. If I haven't already taken those trades, I would be taking this along on NQ here. But at this point, because I'm already up a good amount, not a good amount, but up 2R is good enough risk-wise. I want to wait for an A plus setup. We always want to wait for an A plus setup. Nas is trying to make its way to 23,100. Said it looks good for buyers there, and look at that, exactly what the market's given us. Great stuff. Guys, YouTube, hit that like button, man. Make some money with us. Join our community, bullishbrs.com. Is he saying 6,300 on ES? Oh man, you were probably right on that. 6,302 is what held as support. Look how much stronger ES has been than NQ. And we sort of noticed that too when we did our pre-market analysis, how when we were on the home, the S&P 500 had a bit more strength, right? We were looking at the cautious optimism. So that would be the market in a total, and that would be ES as well, mainly ES. NQ is mainly tech. Meta's still trying to push to new low a day, but I can't speak. Amazon's finally turning around bullish, so is Apple, Microsoft's holding bullish, and so is Nvidia. And that's where we're getting this buying pressure from. Wow. Reading the market real nicely today, guys. S&P stronger on retail sales news. Yup, exactly. Yo, D Harvey, you got it, man. Absolutely. S&P's giving us a stronger reaction to the retail sales news, right? The Nasdaq is mainly tech, so retail sales is going to have a bigger effect on the market in a whole, like the ES. Wow, look at that, guys. That's huge. All support under us, just targets to the upside. S&P 500. I'd like to wait. At this point, guys, I'm waiting for that 15-minute candle to close. I missed that on ES at open, overnight VWAP, dipped below overnight open, then held 5 times. Can't win them all. That's right, man. It happens. I know, it's funny. I said longs at open on ES and NQ, and we dipped for like a minute, and then we clearly shot up since then. Gold. Check out gold, guys. So it rejected it, tried to move lower, but every time, now I'm noticing, every time we try to move into this green zone, we're finding support. So I'm out of gold. I'm good on those scalps. That's okay.
Kevin, I'm so sorry, Kevin.
Guys, give me a half a second.
So, talking about gold, I think gold is going to go down today, but there's not an entry on it yet. I mean, you could. The problem you have to look at, like I'm looking at the 1 minute chart, and the problem that you have, you say, well, we're going to go short today. Let's go short. Well, the problem is your stop has got to be so far back in the rear that if we're wrong, we take a big hit. So, when those situations happen, we have to identify it and just simply say there's no trade, even though, you know, could knock it out of the park and all that, but the risk is still too high if we're wrong. Um, for example, we've hit 33.25 ish a couple times there, and that seems to be the resistance point in that area. So if we get up there, I will consider a short, but there's no trade until we get up to that. Even though, like I say, if the bias is still bearish here on gold, we still have to wait for the entry
Yeah.
because your stop will be so far back in the rear that if we're wrong, we take a huge loss.
Yeah, no,
And
can't
that's
have
where
that.
the patience really comes in.
Yep. Alright, guys, here we go. ES new high a day. VIX new low a day. Love to see it. This trend's gonna continue, guys. Any low volume shelves on ES? Yeah, we got a big low volume shelf starting at 63.10, going to 63.15. So I might just look to buy the dip if we get
Pay
a dip.
attention on ES that you've left a huge fair gap underneath you on the 5 minute chart. That's going to be a wicked magnet, very possibly. So careful about going long. At this point, is chasing longs. Wait for a pullback.
Yep. Even this pullback right here, let's see. I wanted to see how we react up in here. This is all support right here. VIX is dropping. I need weighted index to start holding back up too. Equities look okay. I'm buying this dip on ES here. Stop loss is going to be 63.1475. If it goes right to my stop loss, that's okay. Looking for momentum to bring us higher. So entry point is 63.1575. Stop loss is 63.1475. 1 point. Looking for continuation higher here. Might fail it. We are near some resistance, and that's okay. That's why I have a 1 point stop loss. Very tight risk. Barely going to hit my profit for the day, but if we continue higher like this, then I can make a nice profit. Need that weighted index to turn around and hold bullish too, though. That's struggling. Yeah, here we go. Might stop us out. Good aggressive buying delta up here, which is great. I don't like that we haven't been able to break and continue higher, but we still have 3 minutes left in the 5 minute, which is plenty of time. I also don't like, though, that 63.15 was a key level that I had. So I'm a little concerned we want to dip to 63.15 and then continue higher. So let's see. Come on, get some buying pressure. Get VIX pushing lower. VIX new low a day again. ES new high a day again. Let's get it. Struggling, but there are definitely buyers in this area right now. Yep, might go to a stop loss. Let's see. I only have a 1 point stop loss, so I'm trading it tight right here. It's on my entry, 63.1575. So right now it's dipping a tick below, 2 ticks below, 3 ticks, and stop loss. But that's okay. I'm just going to wait right here. See, there's that 15 level I was talking about. I will try one more long. Whoa, that was a wicked, wicked, wicked fill. Stop loss at the low we just made. Below 63.15. So it's basically same entry point again, same stop loss again. But I should have waited for that 63.15 entry.
Yeah, well, I tried the short, but it was a scratch, break even.
All right, yeah, be careful. Definitely be careful at this point. I like Nvidia's trying to move higher right now. Apple's selling off though, which is a bit of a red flag. Tesla's trying to move up. Amazon's trying to move up. Here we go. Come on, give us a pop. Head towards 63.18. 63.25. Let's just explode. A minute 7 left on the 5 minute. I was hoping to see some continuation by this point. There we go. Minute left on the 5 minute. Nice. Good. Good stuff. There we go. Beautiful, guys. Nice. Check that out. Check that out. I don't like that the weighted index is struggling. Boom. Okay. Can we get to the 63.20?
You called it right, bro.
Yes, sir.
Bro.
Yes, sir.
I absolutely hate that phrase.
Bro.
Bruh,
All right, I'm
bruh.
getting out here. Getting out at this high right here. 63.1925 is my exit. Boom, there's that 20. Nice. Good stuff today, guys. Great scalps. Good directional trades. Good being patient for our entries. I think, what did we have? That one loss? Not bad, not bad. A wick away, a wick away, a wick away in the market. The mighty, mighty market. That was a nice pop, man. I was looking at that buying pressure, dude. Just looking at that continuation. What got me out of it, though, was the weighted index was pulling back, and I was not a fan of that. If the weighted index is pulling back while ES is trying to move higher, then we could find some resistance soon. So that's why I got out for a scalp there. 6 on the day. So 630 on the day. Risk of 200 per trade. That last trade obviously was not a risk of 200, so there's only one contract with a 1 point stop loss. That was $50. And I took the same trade again. It's another $50. So overall, though, up 3R on the day based off of the regular risk per trade. And that's sort of, we got to have a goal, right? Our goal should be 3 to maybe 5R per day. And that should be able to keep your green days much larger than your red days. Because if you take, let's say your rule is you take 2 losses and you call it a day, your worst day could only be 2R. If your best day, you call it a day at 4R, well then your best days are going to be at least double your bad days. So right now mine, I'm at 3, so I could go for one more. Obviously, what I should have done was sized better on this last trade on ES. If I sized better on this last ES trade, then I would be at my 4R, but I didn't have my regular size on, and that is an issue. We cannot be doing that. This looks like another buy the dip opportunity here. I'm not taking any more trades at this point. Perhaps if we dipped into like 63.18. But this was a nice setups today, guys. Nice setups today. And it's only 950. What are we looking at here? Oh yeah, we got supply up there. Nice. Okay, yeah, we got some room. We do have some room. I gotta remember that when I enter my trade, zoom out real quick, get that analysis, get those targets going. Because if we could get the way we trade, guys, right, or the way I trade with the volume analysis and taking these scalps, these trades, is that it does give me the opportunity to almost bottom tick if given the right hold. So we'll be patient. Look at that. Like this trade right here. We had a 1 point stop loss on ES over here. And I took it for, I think it was like, what I get in? Let's see. 63.15 to 63.19, right? So only 4 points, 1 point stop loss. It's a 4-to-1 risk to reward still. So that should have given me a good 4R, but I was in such a light size on it that it gave me a 1R, right? Because I risked 50 to make 200 at that point. But that was also because I wanted to protect the capital I already made today. It was already up 3R, so I didn't want to risk a full 1. I guess that would have been okay. No, I was up 2R and want to risk 1. Yeah, hindsight's always going to be 20/20. Great trades overall. Good buying the dip opportunities today. Great trend. Glad I got out of gold, dude. That chop is crazy. Oil, look at that. Oil found that support down here. Oh, did it give us this rejection too? Look at that. I guess I didn't have an alert set. Oh no, I did it 33 minutes ago. It went off. Oh well. Got another possible setup we could have taken. That's okay. As long as we're consistently and constantly looking for these setups and finding these setups, we're going to eventually start hitting them. So don't worry about hitting them right out the gate. Worry about finding them first. Nice, guys. Look at that. 63.22 now. Weighted index trying to finally move higher too. VIX is making new lower days as well. Buying pressure. That's funny. I was thinking to start going back to options because options could give you a great ROI in terms of like 0 day. But I don't know, man. Because especially now, my technical analysis, my entries are way more on point than they used to be when I traded options. So could lead to some nice trades, some good returns on investment, some nice account flipping. But we'll see. Don't do it. Gold struggling to move higher, but it's also struggling to move lower. Nice. ES took a pretty clean dip right there. Dip by dip, you dip. See if we get towards 63.12. Ooh, Naz off a key level though. Naz looks good off that key level right there. That demand, the supply zone, 23.19. Let's see. Now at this point we are pretty extended, so I don't really want to chase right now. And especially being up 3R on the day, right? My goal is usually 3 to 4. Sometimes if we shoot for a great trade, we get like 4 to 5, sometimes even 6. But 3 is an okay point. Because also, guys, don't forget, the more trades you take, the more risk you put on the table. If I don't take any trades now, I can't lose any money. If I take a trade, I could lose money. What happens? You're at 3R, you lose money. Oh, now I'm at 2.5. I got to make that back. Now you're at 2. Now you're at 1. Now you're break even. Can't do that, guys. It's not worth it. Even though, look at that, I said perfectly. So this looks like a good key level on NASDAQ. Could have taken that right there for even a 5-point stop loss. Wasn't worth it. I don't know, man. Weighted index looks good to continue. Amazon selling off. Apple's trying to move lower. Meta's still trying to move lower. Tesla's rejecting. Nvidia and Microsoft are the bullish ones right now. Look how strong they are. Nvidia trying to make its way towards that 175 level. And Microsoft new all-time high. Microsoft new all-time high at 510 right here. Glad no more gold trades. That was close. Then keeps bopping around. Now I'm also thinking though, gold, we're hitting this point. I think it might reject again. Because again, right now, everybody that's been trying to go short for the past 30 minutes, they're getting stopped out. 15-minute, 30-minute. I guess I could wait for the 15 minutes to close. It's definitely looking good right here though. Like sellers step in with strength today. Tell you what, we'll take it looking for continuation. Stop loss is going to be like literally right behind our entry point. Yeah, it might just be immediate stop out. Looking for sellers to get nasty with it like we've been seeing today. Especially off of this pivot right here. Nice, okay. There's my 3.5R. Ooh, those sellers look good on gold. Like not much support below us right here. I would just be careful that we're not creating higher lows. Look at that. Okay. It's trying. No way. Nice. Beautiful. Wow, what an entry. Looks like we might get some volatility for another leg lower here for a point maybe. Ooh, it's dancing around. Might take profit on this for a scalp. Let's see. 15-minute closes in 10 seconds. So does the 5-minute. A little concerned on that, but we'll wait. Let it close. There we go. I was saying it was looking like we might get volatility because it's getting dark around the spread. And when that happens, we get some volatility. So really want to see us move lower. Might not. I'm not a fan of that 15. Let's try to get out into some strength here. One more dip and we're out. It's going to be like, what dip? Move my stop loss to like 50, 25.6. Oh, oh. Stop that right there. Definitely should have made that a scalp. See, it took some profit off the table. So now we could be patient. We gotta wait. We gotta see what's going on. Boom, NAS and ES. That's coulda, woulda, shoulda on that one, right? And that NASDAQ holding that key level right there. But now we have to wait. We're at resistance. Can't force anything. Especially can't force anything right now. Bruh, Leo, man, you getting a late start to the trading day, dude. Let's see. Nvidia trying to continue higher, which was helping NASDAQ continue higher. Man, gold stopped me out just to wick lower again. That's unfortunate. But I can't take it short at these lows anymore. Real aggressive sellers stepped in. The last time we were at these lows, buyers tried to bring us back up again. See that? Ooh. Bro, part of me really wants to try these shorts on gold again because that previous day low broken, but we've been so choppy. Really don't want to give back profits. Don't be dumb. Let's see. What else is cooking? What else is cooking? ES and NQ. I gotta see them a bit bigger here. Dude, ES has just freaking killed it today. Maybe NAS to pull back towards this 23,159 area, 23,160 point. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Waiting on possible ES and NQ longs here. Just waiting for a dip. 30-minute just opened. Hourly, gotta be careful with. But we got targets to the upside on ES is 63.33. 15-minute fair value gap right there. So yeah, a pullback would be great, but I don't think it's going to happen, especially not a pullback that we would like. NAS with some selling. Equities have been pretty weak overall. Not really. Microsoft new high a day. Nvidia just rejected new high a day. Apple's rejecting VWAP right now. We are finding some resistance here on equities. But clearly buyers have good momentum. There we go. Yeah, Apple with another pop. Apple's popping right there. Be careful. No shorts. No shorts. But I wouldn't trust longs either at this point. It looks better for the shorts. Nvidia just took a turn to the downside, but Microsoft just made a new high a day. Met a new low a day. Amazon's weak. Sellers are definitely trying to step in here. Minute 02 left. I would just wait. See that? Sellers try to step in, then buyers bring it back. Then buyers step in, sellers bring it back. No trade. There we go. Sellers getting ready to take it. It looks like, at least. Ooh, just for buyers to say not today. 10 minutes left in the 15-minute to close. So we could wait for a moment and see what's going on. VIX didn't make new low a day yet, so we could be double topping here. Here we go. Come on, ES, make a new high a day. VIX trying to make new low a day again, too. Bias-wise, I'm definitely leaning more bullish because I'd like to have some targets to the upside. My biggest issue is NASDAQ is in a supply zone. And the weighted index is clearly very weak right now. Like, a lot of them are pushing lower, and then some of them are pushing higher. A lot of indecisive, a lot of uncertainty. Gold pushing up. ES and NQ, what do we got? Some resistance above us on ES. We want to wait. Some resistance up here on NASDAQ. I'd consider some shorts at some point up here if sellers could like start to step in. Like that looks solid that sellers are trying to step in on NAS right there. But again, I don't want to be like just, oh, let's just go short just to go short. You know what I'm saying? We took some great trades today and we have some nice profit. So we don't want to give it back. But that weighted index is looking weak. A lot of people are going to be chasing these longs up here. We just really wait. But every time sellers step in, buyers pop it. We have some targets to the upside. We don't really have any support below us right now, but this is NASDAQ. Doesn't necessarily need support below us per se. I just really want to see those equities sell off. Come on, give us a sell off on NAS here. Let's trap everybody chasing longs at this point. Nice. And one more leg. Let's just keep dropping these sellers. Keep dropping these buyers, I should say. Nvidia selling off good. Apple selling off Microsoft. All equities are bearish right now. Come on, let's find the selling pressure. Come on now. We're in supply. Let's go. Nice. Beautiful. Come on now. Keep it going. I don't know, buyers keep stepping in at some point. Oh, here we go. Give us something here. Something for the sellers to come home with. Alright. I took a little scalp on the shorts there. I don't like that we're keep chopping around. It could continue lower. We are still in supply on NASDAQ. I wanted to make some back because we took that loss on gold before, so now I'm back to my 620. So right before it was 7, now I'm at 6. It's okay. I'm not going to go risk more and more and more. Like I said, 620. That's before is at 630. So 3R on the day. Ain't complaining. Gold continued. So glad. Did not try to force more gold shorts. Take a look at our equities right now, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, good morning, everybody. What's going on? We got Microsoft making new high days, but it's currently pulling back. Nvidia is selling off, but it's almost like a bull flag right here, where it could pop back higher. Same with Amazon, struggling with VWAP. Apple was bullish before. Tesla, who cares? No, I'm just kidding. But we'll see. Good morning, guys. What's going on, everybody? What's up, what's up, what's up? YouTube, hit that like button. What's going on? I usually don't go live on Thursdays, but we'll see. I think today we start my new show on Benzinga. I gotta see. I'll keep you guys posted in Discord. And obviously, guys, if you want to follow on Twitter and Instagram, I'll post there too. But guys, make sure if it is today, it's going to be at 12 noon, so 12 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a midday market recap. We'll do some analysis. We'll go over some new levels. We'll go over what economic news came in this week and what it means for the market. It's going to be pretty cool, guys. Pretty cool. This looks good for sellers again here. I'm going to try one short here on NASDAQ. Stop at the high we just created on the 5-minute, like the new high a day. Really just looking for a pullback. Looking for a short in supply off that red 5-minute we just had. 23,150 would be a nice target. Like that previous 5-minute low. Where's our point of control in the last 5 minutes? I'm worried that I'm going to try to check it and it's not going to pop up in time. Oh, it was higher. Yeah, we'll get out of this short then. Give me a pop and I'll get out into some strength. Dipping on the weighted index. Come on, Naz, let's go. Sell, sell, sell. Nice. Okay. 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 Let's go, guys. Huge. I'm gonna get out right there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Back to 8:15 on the day. There's our 4R. Love to see it. Oh no, it did. What's it called? Freeze? YouTube, could you guys still hear me? It looks like my camera froze. There we go. It should be better. Damn, Naz continued that sell-off, man. I got out of the shorts, but damn, that's beautiful. Why did I take the short? Because we had a red candle in supply. I know this was a red candle too, but this time we had selling pressure. It was a lot stronger than this one. This one found support here. This one was in the middle of supply. I knew people were trying to go long in supply, and damn, that thing gave us a nice move. Beautiful, guys. Great job today. Great work. Yesterday's show was good. You answered a lot of questions I had about Apex and prop firms in general. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Do me a favor. Go like and comment on yesterday's Futures Fever show. Drop a comment like, "Oh wow, so informative," or "Thank you so much. Great information," or like you just said, really answered a lot of questions. They value that feedback for sure. I think we're probably gonna move Futures Fever. I think they're moving it to the mornings. So we'll see if they still want me to cover it, because I know in the mornings on Benzinga they already have Ryan as the host. So I'm not sure if they're going to want me to host it still, but we'll see. We'll see what they want to do. Bro, I'm glad I got out of the shorts at least. Definitely left a lot on the table. I got out at like 59 and it went all the way back down to my key level near like 40. Left about 20 points, but that's okay. Here we go. Some resistance right there. This could be our re-entry point. Apple selling off, Microsoft selling off. Nvidia's trying to hold right now, though. Come on now. Oh, this is gonna go. Damn, that was a re-entry point. I didn't take it. Obviously, I didn't take it. I'm done for the day. No more trades for me. I'm sitting on my hands. It is 10:15, up 800. We're good. We're chilling. Chilling like a villain. I would consider 23,160 as a possible short entry. Not a fan though. Buyers have had momentum today, so we are able to flip this. It wouldn't be that wild for us to flip back bullish. Yo, Leo, you take that short before on NQ? Giving some pretty resistance up here. This is where I got my first short entry for a scalp. This is where I got my second one, was when we started to sell off again over here. Oof. Ow. My knee. Seller's looking good. 15-minute just closed. Oh, yo, that 15 looks good for a reversal. I'm definitely looking for a short on NQ. Let's see. I want to see if we can move higher towards 55 for a second first. Even like 60 would be great. Oh, it didn't fill me. Coming back to my fill. It filled me. 51.25 was my entry. Stop loss 57.75. It might be one of those right to stop loss trades. If that's the case. I liked it short because of the 15-minute time frame for continuation. So we'll keep an eye on the 15-minute time frame then. There we go. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful time frame analysis right there. Give me a drop. I would even take it for a scalp, man. I don't know about holding it for too long. But a lot of people are probably holding longs up here. That 15-minute reversal candle in the 4-hour supply zone on NASDAQ. Yum. Come on, break that 42. Passive buyer sitting at 42 right there, trying to hold us. I might take the exit at that 42 with us dancing like that. Nah, give us a break. It's got to break it. Really liked that 15 for continuation lower. Got to break this 42 level. Need to see equity sell off too. There we go. There's 42. We're trying to hit it. Trying to fill it. Ooh, buyer, man. He's absorbing these sellers. Come on, break that. Wow. He ain't giving up. He ain't giving up. It's so close. So close. Dude's not giving up. He said, no way. Not today. Come on, everybody. Take your life savings and sell. We got to move this market. Pump and dump. Come on, 42. Break that 42, man. Golden. Oh, wait. Not yet. Hold up. Wait a minute. Not golden. It didn't have a big seller through that. Let's wait. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Damn, I should have took that scalp. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Now we're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. Entry is still 52. Exit still 57 for stop loss. We did break that level, so I think we got room. Nice. Come on now. Naz, quit dancing around. Just give me my drop. Give me my money. Tell them, bring me my money. Let's go to VWAP. Now, I keep saying I should have taken it for a scalp, so I'm going to listen to myself and get out on the next dip if it gives us one more dip. Come on, here it comes. Here it comes. All right, I'm out right there. Boom, out right there. Beautiful. 1100 on the day, guys. $200 risk per trade. Take it for what it is. Great stuff. I think this 15 wants to continue even lower. I'm happy with the profits I'm on for the day, so I'm not putting any more risk on the table. Great job, everybody. Hope you guys were able to take some of these trades with me. I try to call them out as I see them. I say what I'm seeing on the charts, say when I'm exiting, everything in between. Good stuff. Good stuff. I also got out, guys, because we were dancing on this key level 39. So that was the supply zone key level, and that held as support earlier. So I'm a little concerned that we try to hold it again, but at this point, equities look like they're selling off. 15-minute was giving us a reversal candle. This could give us a nice trend to the downside. I am out of the shorts. Like I said, I'm in good profits on the day. I usually call it a day over 8 or 900 at 11. That exceeds that. It's exactly what we look to do with our trading. Now at this point, I could either lock that in, or I can overtrade. And I don't know about you guys, but I would rather choose to lock that in. Weighted index looks good for another drop here. I mean, that's what I'm saying, guys. It looks good to continue lower. 15-minute, there it is. There it is. Beautiful. Point of controls at 23,105. I mean, this is beautiful. This could really continue for a nice move. I got out at 23,137. So I'm okay with my exit. That was a pretty clean exit. Entry was 57, exit was, I'm sorry, 52, exit was 37. It was a zero drawdown trade.
All right. Well, I'm calling it a day. Good profits and everything like that. Like you, I'm not going to overtrade, and I've got to get started on my projects. So, y'all have a good day.
Awesome. Have a good one, man. Good job today. Jay says let's overtrade today. Okay, Jay, only because you say so, but then I'm gonna blame you. We're gonna get that leg lower here. Ooh, damn, man. Beautiful. Dude, my short entry up here was even fire. 68. Coulda, woulda, shoulda on that hold before. I'm up, but looking for a little more out of the futures. All right, all right. Gold. I just got an alert on gold. Wow, man. Glad I said no more gold there. Yes, NASDAQ pulling back. Yes, hit a low volume shelf. Right down over here, it's that low volume shelf I was looking for longs before. So we'll be patient, we'll wait. But definitely look at the weighted index is still trying to move lower. Technical analysis wise, this looks like it was the retest of our supply zone before we dip again. Dude, I really want to re-enter this right here. It's really funny. But we can't. Jay, we're not over trading today.
You
I
can use
was
a micro or paper.
That's true. That's true. Could go micro. Could go micro. There it is, guys. You guys could take it. Nice, guys. Yo, you're welcome. I mean, she's not a single thank you. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you. I just took that on paper and I
You
made some good money.
took the short?
Yes, I did.
Nice, nice. Guys, just killing it today, man. Killing the past few days. The 4-day win streak right here. Or no, what's today's Thursday? 5. Because it started Friday. Good shit, ladies and gentlemen. Dude, the continuation, man. That 15-minute time frame never fails. Supply and demand almost never fails. Just gotta line things up and be patient. Could have definitely been holding this. Bro, that's wild, man. But listen, you know what? We'd rather be on the side of, oh, I should have held longer, than on the side of, why was I trying to go long up here? Or on the sell off? Or, just being in the wrong trend or not being in it at all. VWAP's coming up too. That's crazy. What's crazy is I almost took 2 contracts on that recent short trade. That would have been nice. I changed it last second because I was like, nah, do I really want to risk 280 on this? Because my risk ended up being like 140. So again, it wasn't my overall 200 total risk. So my risk is usually between 140 and 200, sometimes 220. It all depends usually on like ES and NQ, what is my stop loss and whatnot. So if it peaks over at 240, but I could have 2 contracts, sure, I'll take it. But if I'm already, at this point, I was in profit of 800, and I was looking at risking either 140 or risking 280. If I risk 280 and I'm up, I think it was like 840 or something I was up. If I risk 280 and I lose, I'm going to be less than 600 in profit and be up 5 something for the day. And I'm going to be probably a little pissed at that, right? We have to think long term. If we take this trade, how are we going to feel if we lose?
Not worth it.
Not worth it, right? So I said, okay, let me just trade one contract. I'll risk 140, because that way, if I am wrong and I'm at 840, I'll still be up 700 on the day. That's still a great profit. But if I'm right, now I'm up 1100 on the day. So it was like a 3 or 4 risks to reward on that NASDAQ short that I risked 140 to make 840 to 1100, 2 something. So 2 to 1, 2 to 1. Nice risk to reward. Took a few 2 to 1 scalps today. We took two 1 to 1 scalps to begin with on gold, and then ES and MQ gave us some better trades. Yes, we were able to catch the bottom of this wick right here earlier. That was pretty cool. Alright, ladies and gents. Let's see. Pulling back right here. 15-minute time frame. Ooh, closes in 2.5 minutes. That is wild. That is wild. Great, great stuff today. I wish there were, it's funny, I wish there were more markets to like look at and trade. Yes, and NQ, like, and Ozzy was a great question and said, is there any like futures equivalents for like stocks, like maybe like a large cap Amazon or Microsoft, Nvidia? And the answer is no, but I mean, they are speaking, obviously there were talks about the markets opening 24 hours a day or something like that, but I think that's a better idea to have some type of future equivalent to just large caps, right? To Apple, right? Apple overnight trading. Meta, Microsoft, Tesla, Nvidia. That would be pretty cool. Trade cattle, corn, and lean hog futures. That's funny you mentioned lean hog futures. What's her name? Anne Marie, I think from Benzinga. She had Ryan send me a trade setup for hog future, for whatever it is, futures. Let's see, what was it? Trade idea for Anne Marie. She asked me to pass it along to you. Beginning 8/10 and going for 9 days, statistically significant for the last 10 years. Red bars show the drift down for each year beginning on August 1st. So basically showing that for the past 10 years, we were bearish on hog future. What was it? The lean hog futures 9 out of the 10 times.
What is lean hog future?
It's a great question. It's the future equivalent for like for what? For meat? No. Yeah, no. I guess hog, right? Pig? Let's see. Let's look it up. What is lean hog futures? Lean hog futures are financial contracts traded on the CME that allow buyers and sellers to agree on price for the future delivery of hogs at the specific price. So it is livestock. Nice.
Okay.
So we're trading pigs, guys.
We can trade anything.
Could trade. Apparently, we can't trade anything. Lean hog.
Does it move?
Let's see. We'll check it right now. I'm gonna go with no. Before even looking at it, I'm gonna go with no. Lean hog futures. HE. No. Not really. I mean,
For swing trading?
technically, yeah, I was gonna say technically everything moves, but she says historically between like August 10th, which is over here, for 9 days, it goes down, and it looks like so far it is going to be following that trend. So that could be a nice little swing trade. Very interesting. Wee. Lean hog futures. I figured it is the heart for the grilling season. Ah, okay, there we go. Right, that's got a lot to do with it. Guys, check out that 15-minute time frame, by the way, on NASDAQ here. So I was looking for this 15-minute to close a really bearish candle. Instead, we wicked all the way back higher again. That's craziness right there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right near VWAP. We didn't even get to VWAP. Gold and NQ today. Trade a little bit of everything today. We had an ES scalp for some longs for about like 150. We had two gold scalps. Those were about, first one was about 200, the next one was about 140. And then we had some NASDAQ for the rest. Pretty good. Just trading our levels, being patient for our setups. Patience is key. The market takes the money out of the hands of the impatient and puts it into the hands of the patient. I gotta see next week, guys. Tuesday might not be here. I gotta see. Peter Tuckman and David Green. I'm sure you guys know of them. They've been on Futures Fever before. They are just hugely known in the trading world as well. They invited me out to Wall Street, to the New York Stock Exchange, take some pictures, record some content, some videos and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I gotta see what's going on that day. But yeah, it'd be pretty cool to go do that. That'd be awesome, really. Got some connections, guys. What can I say? Good morning, guys. What's going on? Austin, Amity, Concentrator, E. Marcel, Desi. What's up, guys? How are you? Let's take any trades today. Wow, gold did end up reversing. I said I'd look for a possible reversal on gold. Right over here. Watch list. Took the short on ES. That's good for me today. We can hear you on YouTube. Nice. Good stuff. Good job, Jay. Ring that bell. Yo, right? Yo, ringing the bell. Me and Peter will go up and ring it. Gold has seen a lot of struggle over the past few weeks, especially with the certainty of tariffs, then uncertainty of tariffs. Oh, I meant to say gold, not cold. Forgot to edit that. Gold. Gold is usually a safe haven for economic uncertainty. However, lately, equities, SPY, QQQ have been making all-time highs. The dollar is currently strong, which could have an inverse effect on gold. U.S. inflation data was pretty flat, showing easing inflation pressures. Setups short of 33.25, which we ended up taking two of. We have volume imbalance there, as well as a large passive seller. Again, that's why we took those shorts. If we can break above it with good volume, I will look for a retest for longs. So we did break above it, but we never got the retest for longs. But my target for that, oh, I didn't write the target in here? Oh, I must have wrote it on the other one. Along on ES, nice. That's what's crazy too, guys. This morning I said right when the New York session opened, I said, probably longs at open. And well, that was correct. Didn't get into any trades, but jumped into shop yesterday. Nice. Listen, Amity, if you or anybody else want to look at any specific tickers, I know I mainly trade futures, but I will happily go over, the shop. You said you were in shop. I know I always bring up large caps like Meta, Nvidia, Microsoft, things like that, but I could also pull up if you want to see any scanners, any big movers. Got tons of tools, a big arsenal of my trading tools, and please take advantage of them. Yo, good morning, Turek. What's going on? How are you? Take any trades today? Or you just joining in? Let's see. Some resistance here on NASDAQ. We just made a new high today. Couldn't be happier that I got out of the shorts. Obviously, yes, each short I could have held a bit longer. But we can't get mad at ourselves over that. We can't go back into hindsight. We can't do that. Let's see. Watch QQ call wall at 111. Nice. Right. Nice. Good job, Exhausted Trader. Good eye. Good tools. Nice, guys. Weighted index was also range bound. Something to note on the weighted index I didn't note before, but when we were moving lower over here, this is where we found support on the weighted index. Was at its current day's low. So always look for support and resistance when we're trading. That range, previous highs, previous lows. Concentrator saying he took NQ long and short the whole day. Made some profit potatoes. Nice. Yo, what's up, Grateful Gamma? Good morning. How's it going? Let's see. Some great trades today. Great job, everybody. As I said, had a nice little day. Exceeded the daily goal. That is a successful day. Got to give yourselves, right? When that happens, we got to reward ourselves, right? Say, okay, I hit my daily goal. I walked away. I didn't overtrade. How do I reward myself? Well, you can reward yourself by going, maybe you have a favorite meal. Maybe you have a favorite snack, a treat. Not saying to get drunk, but maybe later in the evening, give yourself a drink, right? Your favorite drink, whatever it is, right? The whole pick your poison type of deal. But give yourself something that psychologically you could do. I guess it would be somewhat after, so you wouldn't really be drinking this early in the morning. But, what,
Your favorite bottle?
what's that?
Drink your favorite bottle?
Yeah, drink your favorite bottle. Take a shot of whiskey. 10:30, you're done for the day. Take a shot of whiskey. No, I'm kidding. It's funny, I don't drink. I don't do nothing. I'm boring. I trade. That does enough on my mental. Yo, nice sell wall there, man. Exhausted Traders sent the sell wall image right here. NASDAQ above, right over here. And that's where we came into and started to reject. I did go along 077 and got stopped out at break even since my stop loss was too tight. Sorry, that was close to the open. Oh, that's okay. 077, yeah, really close. Look at that. Very nice trade entry down there. So because you had a good entry, I would definitely review that trade and say, okay, how did I enter and where did I enter? Because that's going to be something you're going to want to repeat. You're going to want to try to take a long position down there again. But how could you adjust your stop loss? How could you not get stopped out of this trade? Could you maybe put your stop loss at the low we just created? Could you maybe put your stop loss a little bit below the low we just created? Whatever it is you can do to give yourself the ability to hold that trade, because that was a great entry, and that was probably great targets if you were looking for new high a day. All right, pretty range bound right here. ES took a pretty hard hit that last 5-minute candle. NASDAQ still sort of chilling. Microsoft new high a day. Amazon's range bound. Everything's range bound equity wise. YouTube, run that like button up. We made some hella dough today. I'm making some videos with Trend Spider lately. Just started yesterday, doing a little work with them. I'm gonna see, just like trial type stuff. See, they got a lot of tools in there. Let's see, do I have... Nice, here we go. Birds of feather. Let's see, where's our time? Oh, let's start favoriting some of these. 5-minute, 15-minute, they got 12-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 90, and 2 hour, 4 hour. Oh, they limit how many you could favorite.
Are you busy after Bullishbrs?
No. Alright, let's see. This is Spy. Let's check that 1 hour. They have like a heat map as well. Check like the 5-minute on heat map. That's pretty cool. They have all types of scanners, seasons, analysis, add seasonal widget. Look at seasonality down here. It's got a lot in it. So it's gonna take me some getting used to. So if anybody does use TrendSpider or has used it, definitely let me know. Give me your opinion, give me your thoughts, and tell me what are some of your favorite tools. Check Market AI to see if we have any headlines that came out. Says to 12 o'clock somewhere. US yields slip after brief spike following solid batch. Guys, US yields slipping. US yields go lower, stocks go higher, and vice versa. Yields go higher, stocks go lower. Nah, it's getting up there. I wouldn't take any more trades at this point. Markets gave us some nice legs already. Gave us this leg pre-market, another leg when market opened, another leg lower after, and then a reversal after that. I do think we might want to head towards 23,200 today on NASDAQ. And ES, I would like to see it head towards 63.33, which has some ways to go. I mean, it's possible. We could check the 15-minute time frame, see if we're getting any reversals. 30-minute time frame. 30-minute time frame looks okay, but we'd really need to start to get above. Look to target up there. That might be a possible setup right here, guys. We'll see. Gotta find some buying pressure. Under pressure. Alright guys, let's see. Where's ES right now on Bookmap? That's what I would like to know. This is why I get frustrated trying to day trade on TOS with stocks. I never had the exit checked, pre-market, etc. Oh, extension, like extended hours. Limit order at 132, never got filled at RTH. Open shot up to, could have been target once. Oh, wow. Kyle's still in here? Nah, he dips out already. Kyle has become such a great trader. I don't know if you guys know him in here in the Discord community club. KLUV. He joined months and months ago, maybe a year ago at this point, and he said the past 6 months have been a game changer for him, paying his bills with trading, him and his wife paying off their cars with trading. Like really, really great success story right there. I love to hear that. I love helping people get to that point. Speaking of, obviously you guys know I do mentoring. I do one-on-one mentorships. If you guys are interested, you check out the website is Trading Pioneers. You're gonna look up Trading Pioneers, tradingpioneers.net. Head over to coaching and services. I also offer like extended one-on-one mentorships. Like I have a 2-month program. It's $2,000. If you're a Bullishbrs member, it's only $1,500. And it's 2 sessions a week. If you're not a member, you get access to the pre-market plans every day, get access to like everything. 3 for 1. There's a buy 3 and save, 250 for 3 sessions. If you buy one at a time, it's 100. Again, Bullishbrs members, you do get a discount on this. It's only 200, so it's like buy 2 get 1 free. And if you go over to resources, I gotta update resources and add market AI into here. But I have a free trading journal right here for you guys to download, so you can start journaling your trades. Very important. Bro, a Trevor's-looking guy was in a standoff with police near my house wearing a bra, and oh my god, and joggers holding him. Bro, that's crazy. It's quite the way to spend the day. You think he's living his best life? There's also like a video library on the website and stuff. It's got like my YouTube videos on there from Bullishbrs. I'd like to see ES continue higher. We have target 63.19, 63.25, and again, I had 63.33 as a target. 63.30 is a target on Bookmap. So it's like I almost want to take a long here because the 30-minute looks good to continue higher, but I don't want to take the long if the 30 wants to reverse. Hourly was bullish. Past 2 hourly candles were bullish. I'm not taking this trade. We're not over trading today, Jay. Buyers are taking it. Listen, it could be a good trade. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Gold continued, guys, on that bull trend. I would like to see gold head towards 33.54. I'd almost like to see gold close green on the daily time frame, because then we would be taking out that previous day low and closing back green again, which is sort of what we were seeing over here. We were taking out previous day low, closing green, took out previous day low, closed green. So we'll see. I've been testing 610 HA ticks using 34200 EMA and VWAP on MES. Okay, that's cool. Listen, if you got a strategy or a system that you're trying to work with, then take it for what it is, one trade at a time, and don't strategy hop. Like right now, Amity, if you're trying that 610 ticks and using the 34 and 200 EMA and VWAP, stick with it. Don't do that today and then do supply and demand tomorrow, or do that today and do another one later today, or do that on one trade and do something else on another trade. Keep with that same strategy. Give yourself at least minimum a month to see the results and see if you can adapt to it and adjust. I mean, not for nothing, man. These ES longs would have taken 10 minutes left in the 30. There's that 63.19 target. Here's NAS continuing higher too. Beautiful. It's like I almost want to look for a pullback entry long, but at this point, I would have had that entry already down here. I wasn't that, what's the word? I wasn't that, I don't know, I wasn't that sure about it. Can someone please explain VIX expiration? Yeah, VIX expires this week too. That's another big market mover. Oh, he's not in voice chat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be wrapping up the stream. I hope you guys were able to make some nice money with me today. I know I was. I hope you were. And if you weren't able to make any money, I hope you were able to learn something. Because remember, guys, if you're not learning, you're not going to be earning. Every day you got to come into the market and learn something. Every day we're here to listen to the market. We're here to react, not predict. YouTube, hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Discord, appreciate you guys for always being here as well. Hope you guys were able to make some profits, and I will see you guys tomorrow.